In a small town, Mr. Smith owned a mysterious box that had been passed down through generations. One day, David, a curious young man, discovered the box while exploring the attic. Inside, he found a matchbook with the name Mrs. Lane written on it. Little did he know Mrs. Lane was a legendary figure in the town, known for her wisdom and kindness. Excited to learn more, David approached his roommate, Kenjiro, who happened to be a skilled soccer player. Kenjiro shared stories about Mrs. Lane, recounting how she had mentored him on and off the field. Intrigued, David decided to seek out Mrs. Lane to unravel the mysteries surrounding the box. Upon meeting Mrs. Lane, David noticed a chart on the wall, showcasing the connections between various town residents. He discovered that Yukiko, a female artist, had a unique bond with Mrs. Lane. As they chatted, Yukiko revealed that Ming, a local historian, had given Mrs. Lane the box as a token of gratitude. David, now nicknamed Kenji by his friends, realized the significance of these connections. The town's history unfolded before him, linking past and present through the shared experiences of its residents. As David delved deeper into the town's secrets, he learned about intriguing relationships. He discovered that Susan, an avid gardener, often went by the nickname Sue among her friends. Meanwhile, Ricardo, a tech enthusiast, had a phone number, 987-555-1758. However, his email address wasn't exactly as expected. It was arsan@boeing.com. Curiosity led David to Francis, a lively individual in town. Most people affectionately called him Frankie. Another interesting detail emerged. Frank, not to be confused with Francis, had a deep passion for tennis. Amidst these revelations, David couldn't help but ponder his own life. No, his favorite sport wasn't baseball. It was unraveling the tales of this enchanting town. And no, his nickname wasn't Buddy. It was simply David. As he continued exploring the town's connections, he marveled at the tapestry of stories that wove everyone together. As David continued his exploration of the town, he stumbled upon an old article in the local museum. The article detailed the loud celebrations that took place in a circle, reminiscent of Turkish traditions. This sparked his interest in exploring cultural connections, leading him to learn about a vibrant Turkish community that had once thrived in the town. Intriguingly, the museum also featured artifacts from Brazil, and David discovered that there was a Brazilian artist named Carlos who had left a lasting impact on the town. The Brazilian influence extended to various aspects of life, from Brazilian-style gatherings to the popularity of Brazilian cuisine. While delving into the diverse cultural tapestry, David encountered a Chinese family and a Peruvian couple who had made the town their home. Each person brought a piece of their homeland to this small community, creating a melting pot of traditions. One day, he met Yukiko again, and she shared stories about her travels to Ankara, Seoul, Canberra, and beyond. Her tales included experiences in Korea, Australia, and even a visit to the Vigilant Park in Norway. The park had a large, relaxing atmosphere, in stark contrast to the crowded streets of Oxford where David had once lived. David, always fascinated by the belongings people cherished, noticed a unique display in the museum. It showcased items ranging from junk food packaging to storage containers. Among these artifacts, he found an old coin, a pair of headphones, and a set of cards that sparked memories of fun times with friends. As he explored further, David encountered a watch collection, each possessing its own story. The possessions ranged from a bus pass to sunglasses, all with unique histories. Yukiko mentioned a phrase she had picked up during her travels, "You bet," signifying agreement or assurance. In the midst of the cultural exchange, David noticed a knife with a watchful eye. The watches, both affordable and of various brands, adorned the museum like a time capsule. The museum's curator mentioned a local tradition called unscramble focus, where residents unraveled scrambled phrases to bring the community together. While pondering this tradition, David found himself in a spacey room filled with artifacts. Among them was a flash of inspiration, a brand new opportunity to compose a story that intertwined the past and present, much like the unscrambling puzzle of the town's history.